It's something that you don't get over. I'm not over it. I'll never be over it. All I know that I was better in every way as a person because of him, because he was pretty much the one that taught me you're supposed to be fucking good. I was so excited that I stayed on and whatever. And
I've seen it 1,000 times.
And so, yeah.
8
and
seconds
so,
for him,
and
8 seconds for you.
And it just happened. And, but like when I got off, I'd never been so sad and so happy at the same time.
Did it bring you any solace, any peace?
It did to a certain degree, but your
buddy still ain't there.
Yeah. It was still. No, it was a long time. It was a long time. He was a one of a kind dude.
The reason I took a break earlier is because we've been talking for 45 minutes or so, or whatever, how long it's been. And I didn't want to take this lightly. And I didn't want to take it when I didn't have a fresh brain. But so you're best friends with Lane, and you're at one of the biggest rodeos of the year. Like, set up what was going on?
Well, it was 1989, and we get to Cheyenne. I ride, and then he rides. He makes a really, really good ride. And as soon as he gets off, he hits the ground, and this bull just kind of, what we would call, just kind of smokes him. It didn't look like anything serious. And so he gets up and he kind of weighs a couple of times and says, if he's asking for somebody to come help him, that means
something's wrong.
Something's wrong. So he does that twice and he hits the ground. They get him, put him on board, and they actually have a little mini ER there on the premises. Yeah. And so as soon as I saw him do that, I knew something was up. And
because you knew that he doesn't ask for help.
No, yeah. And so then you walk out there and you don't want to get in anybody's way and let people work, and you could just see that something was up, and they take him back and they start working him, and I knew that it was bad. So I get in the ambulance with him, but when we get to the hospital, I go in the ER with them, and they try to resuscitate for a long time, but he was gone. I've never been. It's something that you don't get over. I'm not over it. I'll never be over it.
How long did it take you to get back on a bull?
Probably a week.
So you just went right back at it.
Yeah, I didn't know what to do. I didn't.
Did you talk to anybody?
Yeah. A guy I grew up with a little bit. His name's Barry Tubb.
I know Barry.
He went with me the first place I went.
So y'all were y'all friends from rodeo, you and Barry?
I've known Barry since I was 7 years old. Yeah.
So y'all rodeo together?
Yeah. And so, yeah. He came with me. The first place I rode again was in Casper, Wyoming. And after, you don't even want to do anything when something like that happens. Or for me, because you don't know what.
Were you married at the time?
Oh, yeah.
Could your wife provide any comfort, or was it just?
I just felt lonely because he was.
Yeah, he's your guy.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah. I'd never really had anyone like that ever. So.
Like a soulmate, kind of.
Just a fucking dude that.
Just knew you.
The cool thing about him was, and how I became such good friends with him, he would tell me shit that I was thinking to myself, fuck, I would never say that. So
he would let you in on the real shit.
Yeah, like the shit that I would say. He'd say, yeah, what's going on? I would say, no, nothing. Everything's good. But he knew everything wasn't good.
And when he said that,
I would ask him.
Did you open up to him?
No.
You son of a bitch.
No, because I didn't, I just didn't. I did.
Did it, after he passed away, did it make you wish you had, or do you do that now?
Well,
You know what I mean?
Not necessarily, you know, but all I know that I was better in every way as a person because of him, because he was pretty much the one that taught me you're supposed to be fucking good. You're supposed to be nice to people.
Yeah, it's okay.
And he had a little more polish than I did. I just didn't give a shit, you know.
Are y'all traveling next week together?
For whatever reason, I went by myself to the first place, and then Barry went with me, but it was horrible. I got on, I rode, I got off, I cried for.
So you're really distraught.
Like tears are running down my eyes the whole time. And I get off and I go cry for probably half an hour just by myself. I didn't know what to do, but that's all I really knew. And I'm like thinking, I know that I just put myself like, if that was me, you know, I would never want them not to go do what we do. Yeah.
And your buddies felt the same way?
Yeah, but they were like quiet, tight-lipped, you know, just never talked about it.
Have y'all ever had a night where you go
no,
out and
we
drink
just
whiskey and just
not really. We
punch each other?
We always talked about we just talked about, you know, fun shit, and you know, we never really got into it. You know,
poured whiskey on a grave and all the silly shit that guys do.
Not really.
Do you wish for it?
I was just miserable for a long time.
Yeah. He was, man, it sounds like
he was gold. Yeah. And I don't say that like trying to be
whatever,
you know. Because the reality is like everybody thought he was their best friend. He was that guy.
Yeah.
Because he just was. And I'm not the only one, but yeah.
But you were his best friend.
Well, I was probably in the top 5, maybe. You know, I don't know if I was.
You were the only guy he wanted to beat.
He
at the time,
but then we go to the NFR, and it was just, and I'd been doing well, but I told myself, you know, I would actually, I had to win this really for him, and I really believe that. And we go through the week, and we get to the last day, and a friend of ours asked me in the alley, say, "Oh yeah, can you win it today?" And I said, "No, I can't." And the reason I said that is because Jim Sharp was in the lead, and he had ridden 9 in a row. Mm-hmm. He's 23-0, so he's going to be 24-0. So I ride mine, and then I was so excited that I stayed on and whatever, and so I ride him longer or whatever.
That's the thing I've seen 1,000 times. Where
and so rode. Yeah, and it just happened, and so then Jim gets on, he gets fucking slammed, and then I win, and I couldn't believe it. But like when I got off, I'd never been so sad and so happy at the same time. But
did it bring you any solace, any peace?
It did to a certain degree, but you know,
your buddy still ain't there.
Yeah, it was still. No, it was a long time. It was a long time. You know, he was a one of a kind dude.